Welcome back to life after being dead for 1 freaking year.
What in the devil are you talking about? It's 2023. Are you deaf or something?
Oh, you sound just like Zatan.
Wait, what? Ow. What the? Where am I? Huh?
Oh my god, you're awake.
Cash, what the heck is going on? First I just saw a man wearing a mask, and then he threw me across the room and he told me the year's now 2023. And where am I? What's going on?
I'll tell you everything, just give me a second. I gotta put this guitar back up here.
Finally, I can get answers for something. Also, why am I in a jar? Okay, never mind. Hey, I can't even see you. Can I see your face?
Hey,
Thank you. Can you please explain to me what is going on?
I can explain everything. I know this is all confusing. You're in a different room, and you miss so much. I could tell you what the heck is going on in this world. Because you missed a lot. And I mean a lot, Ztar.
A lot?
Can you tell me what's the date?
It's 2023.
And can you tell me the month?
I'm sorry, what's a month?
Oh, a month is something on planet Earth. It's like, okay, never mind. Ignore that part I just said. But you said it's 2023, right?
Yeah.
Well, you're wrong. The year is 2024. You died on 2023. You've been dead for a year.
What? No, that can't be. I can't die. Wait, how did I die?
You died from my wish. I made a wish saying you never exist, and you were gone for good.
You used my own wish against me? Why?
Okay, look, it was the only way, okay? I mean, come on. It's kind of like a simple death. Plus, you take the wish, and I wanted a wish, and you couldn't let me have a wish. Man, okay. The first thing first.
I can't believe this is happening. Also, who was that other guy?
That guy was Galactatron. He's a universe god from space. If you haven't noticed or heard of him or something, he is here because he dragged me into this to bring you back to life, which I don't even want you back to life because you're my villain.
You know, villain is a strong word, Cash, if you haven't noticed or something or heard of or whatever.
Point being is, we brought you back to life. You've been dead for a year. If you haven't noticed, you're probably in the same timeline as 2023 with me and Tim Dance, but no. You died. The other you, I would say, possibly you died, and then we just brought you back. Like, we brought you back out of time or something. I don't know. No, wait, no, we unexistence you, and the last thing you remembered was... you don't remember. God dang, this is harder than I thought.
Wow, that sounds like it. Is there anything else I missed or something?
You missed a lot. You missed so much history I just went through in my own world.
History? What kind of history?
Well, after your little Zevolutions war, wherever you call it.
It's just evolutions.
Yeah, whatever. I got into another big villain issue, if you haven't heard of. I got into this villain named Seth, a USB virus who took over my whole house, which I was so stupid of me. Just plugging them into my PC so they can control everything.
Sounds like a villain.
Yes. And what happened was, I unplugged him, but somehow he re-unplugged him back in. I don't know how he does that, but that's just it, I guess. And what happened was, he was actually controlling everything. Like, he was controlling the doors, he was controlling the windows, he was something I have never heard of before. And it sounds crazy, am I right?
Indeed.
Okay, yeah, now listen to this. After that, I killed him. I gave him all the power in my machine or whatever, the power source around this house, and I killed him. Alright? I just killed him. He died. Like you, but a different way. He died because he had no more power and he died. So yeah.
Interesting villain.
Then he came back somehow. You know how? I got into another issue as well. My oldest villain that was after you, who was actually, oh wait, no. He was part of your little Zevolutions war. Have you not noticed that?
Is it that Keish guy?
Yes, Keish. He turns out not to be a villain, but he came back to life. We formed in a giant monster. You know that giant monster you fought?
Krama was his name.
Okay, yeah, now listen to this. Him and he sacrificed his life to save me and kill you. Then after that, he technically, somehow put his soul in me. No. Two of his souls split. Like, this is gonna sound crazy, but Keish was actually not the bad guy. The bad guy was Caleb, but he was possessing his own brother. Then they split souls. Keish went to heaven. Caleb went into me and disguised himself as Keish, and he was just using me, like testing me with his brain and everything. I don't know what. And then he brought Seth back to life by putting his stupid USB on my brain. And now, not only that he's controlling the house anymore, but he's controlling me. He's putting me all these like weird dungeons and stuff and everything, and it was just crazy. And we finally killed him. Well, actually, he got his Genesis. We killed Genesis first, then we killed him. And he finally died, and he was gone for good. And I hope he doesn't come back in this new war, which I don't think we have a name for it or anything. But yeah, that was my third history. I don't know what to call it. Genesis, I would say. Genesis, yes. Genesis. Yours was Evolutions, then Genesis.
And what was the first?
Oh, first it was kind of, first was my first villain, Keishu, a bad guy named Caleb, yeah, whatever. I'll explain that later. It was the Man Wars, that's what it was called. Alright, and then after that, the fourth time I got into a war was with my villain Keish. He escaped. I went over to my friend's house all the way in LA. If you don't know what LA is, it's a big city that you should not live in. I'm joking. No. LA is a great city to live in. But listen, LA, we were hanging out like normally. I explained my backstory to my friends, and then Keish came out, took over my friend Dylan, and then turns out Caleb was the bad guy this whole time. I just learned that now. And Keish was possessing my friend Mike. If you don't know him, he's a YouTuber like me, Mikey Dash Productions. I'm Cash Davidson Studios, but in my real name, my name's Cash Davidson. I can't believe I'm fighting real villains. Oh my god. Okay, look, I'm talking crazy right now. I'm sorry. But listen, after that, we were fighting Keish and Caleb because Keish was the good guy this whole time, but he got hypnotized, and then after that, we knocked Keish out, and then sadly, I died. Yes, I died, but then I was revived by Caleb, and the whole war ended, and it was the 2-year war starting from 1st to 4th, and it was finally over. And then I started making more videos, and then I was planning on retiring because I got into so much. I think I should move on to my passion, which is guitars and stuff. But then Galactitron came out of nowhere and pulled me into this new war, and this is probably my final war. You know what? That's the new name. I'm gonna call it Final. No. Not like Final 5. No. That's what I'll call this new war. Because this is madness, and I do not want to be in this, and I shouldn't, because I am just a regular human, and I should just enjoy myself. But no, we had to bring you back to life to get information of Zatan, and now we know.
Wow, looks like you've been through so much. Also, how do you know my master?
Galactitron told me everything about your leader, and now we know.
Okay, and why am I here for the example? Why did you bring me back to life?
You are here because we're asking for your help.
You want my help? My help? What?
You want me to suffer like everything I've been through after you?
Says the man who killed me over a frickin' wish.
It was the only way. I'm sorry, I had to say it, but it was the only way for you to be gone forever. But now, I can't believe I'm saying this, but we need your help, okay? Look, how about this? If you help us, you can go home.
Home. I wish I had a home.
What do you mean you have no home? Don't you have like a family or something?
I do.
You have a family? I was just saying that because I don't know, I ran out of options to say.
I totally forgot by now. It's been like a long time since I saw my family and seen them. I don't know.
Wow, am I supposed to cry right now or something?
I wish I can cry, kid, but sadly I can't.
So wait, are you saying you lost your family? By who?
I didn't lose my family. I lost them. I loved them all so much in my life, and then I wander off like an idiot, and then I lost them all for good. And then I met Zatan, and then he promised us that we will be rewarded, and I want my reward to go back to my family.
Oh my god. Are you not understanding what you just said right now?
No.
You just said you lost your family and you were met by Zatan, and he promised you that you were gonna be rewarded if you help him? That sounds mad. Just go back to your family.
I really been wanting to find my family, but I've been more focused on destroying planets and stuff, and that just caught me off guard and stuff.
Shouldn't your master take you back or something? Okay, well, hold on. That wouldn't make sense because he took you away from your family and stuff. Ztar, when was the last time you saw your family?
Let's see, the last time I saw my family was 1 billion years ago. It was 1 billion years.
You haven't seen your family in 1 billion years?
I believe so. I mean, I should have been looking, but no, I've been following stupid Zatan's orders and stuff, and
when was the last time you've been rewarded?
I haven't been rewarded since he took me away from my family. Oh my god.
Ztar, I can see what's going on here. Your leader, Zatan, evil red giant star, took you away from your family and promised you would have been rewarded if you help him on his little mission. And guess what? You haven't been rewarded in 1 billion years, and you haven't seen your family in 1 billion years. I can see what's going on.
What is it?
He's just using you as a puppet. You're not being treated the way you should be treated. You're being used. He's using you for power. Are you not hearing yourself?
But he gave me so many gifts, and he gave me so many stuff, and
when was the last time he cared for you?
he didn't care for me.
Exactly. 1 billion years. Everything he did for you was 1 billion years ago. He took care of you, he took you away from your family, and he promised you. And guess what? Welcome 1 billion years later. You can see what's happening. He's using you. He doesn't care for you. He's using you as a puppet like you don't exist.
But what if Zatan knows I'm like dead or something?
Oh, I forgot to mention that, by the way. So, it's been like a year, and turns out Zatan does not know you're dead. And if he did know, he's gonna come to planet Earth and kill us all. That is why we need your help.
Oh yeah? Well, what if Zatan and his crew come save me before they destroy the planet?
Look, Zatan, let me just say this correctly. Zatan's coming to planet Earth if he knows you're dead, and no one's gonna save you because they already know that you're dead.
What if I tell them?
So what, you're gonna tell them that you're alive?
Pretty much.
And then?
And finally get my revenge.
Oh my god. Look, why don't you just help us out here? Like, you want to go back to destroying more planets and not being rewarded for another million trillions of years and just go back to nothing? Your family's probably still out there. You can still find them if you help us. You know what? No. We will find your family if you help us. How about this? We'll make a deal. If you help us, Galactitron will take you back to your family because he's a god and he can detect everything in the universe because he's the universe god.
What's a universe god?
Okay, you know what? I'm not going through that story, but you gotta listen. Ztar, do you understand everything I just told you?
About my family, about how Zatan doesn't like me anymore, about everything.
Exactly. And look, if I was here right now, I would be like, okay, you know what? I don't want you anymore. I'm gonna kill you like I did last time. But look, I'm being responsible, and I feel now I know that you're since we talked about our little backstories and the future and stuff. Now we know each other, and we can try to just move on from the past and move on to the future. The future could be different. You don't have to be going back destroying planets, killing all those innocent people and lives and stuff. You can go back to your family because I have a family and they all love me and probably your family loves you too.
You're right. I really did lose everything.
I know what it's like to lose everything. I lost so much. I almost lost myself when I died. I almost lost all the stuff I've been through in my school life. But, yeah.
I can't believe this is happening. I'm switching sides and everything.
I'm sorry you had to hear all of this, what's going on in the future, but now you know, I guess, because you can think about everything, what's happening, what your leader is actually planning.
I guess you're right, or something.
Think of this. When we kill Zatan, or if we ever kill Zatan, you can go back home to your family. You don't have to fight any more wars. All the pain you've been through, you don't need to do that anymore. You can finally be free.
You're right. This whole time I've been fighting for nothing. Do you need information or anything or something?
Well, first, we gotta wait till Galactitron's done in space. So then we can tell you that you're on our side. And then we can tell the information to him. Unless you want to tell me the information now, and then I can tell him. But actually, I have no way to tell him, so we'll just wait till he gets back, I would say.
Alright, well, that sounds good to me, I guess.
And Ztar, maybe think of yourself for a little bit, because I feel like you haven't thought about what's happening. Like, think of all the... Don't think of the bad stuff you did. Think of, like, all the good stuff that you did with your family or stuff. I don't know. I'm just, like, trying to help, man. I'm trying to help.
Alright. Hey, Cash,
Yeah?
after everything I've been through, I just want to say thank you for showing me the way, and I hope this all ends soon or something.
I hope so. We will end Zatan and his crew, and everything go back to normal. All we have to deal with is just him, nobody else.
Great. That sounds great, I guess. I mean, Zatan's strong, but if we have a universe god on our side, it's also great. I just wish to see my family again.
It's okay. And if you can't find your family, or I'm not being rude or anything, but if you can't find your family or something, you can always live with me. I mean, once we're done, we'll figure things out, and we could just be friends or something.
Yeah, I'll probably take a pass on that, but thank you. Thank you, though, for everything, man.
No problem. No problem, Ztar. I hope everything can go back to normal after this, and we don't have to do anybody else, and we can finally go home.
Yes, let's go. It appears, folks, that Ztar is back, and this is gonna be so much fun. More entertainment, more chaos in his world. But maybe in the future, I should come and pay a visit to me.